Welcome to Ask a Lawyer with attorney Joey Franks at the Franks Law Firm in Ridgeland, Mississippi. Each week, Joey answers your questions about the law and how it affects you.
Joey, why do I need a Mississippi workers' compensation attorney?
It's likely that an injured worker is going through something for the first and hopefully only time in their life, being injured on the job. If you're really unfortunate, this might be the second time that you've been injured on the job in your career. And it's something that you are not familiar with, most likely. It's not that it's impossible to do or anything, but it's just something that you've never done before, most likely. Just like I've never changed out an engine in an automobile. I could not tell you how to do it. However, a workers' compensation attorney has run hundreds, if not thousands, of workers' compensation cases through. And they know the ins, the outs. They are familiar with all the judges. Likely the attorney is familiar with the defense attorneys. And they know the processes. They know how to get cases pushed through. They know how to get clients the maximum value for their case. And that is why they should hire a workers' compensation attorney. They can ensure that you are getting the medical benefits that you need, you're seeing your doctors as you need to, and they can also see to it that you're getting your weekly payments like you're supposed to.
Do I need an attorney even if they are paying my benefits?
Absolutely, because the second they turn the benefits off, if you have already hired an attorney, they're on hot standby, ready to go in there and dive in. If there's trouble getting you medical treatment, an attorney can usually make a phone call or two and get it resolved. And if not, they are ready to file a motion with the commission. And if you're just now hiring an attorney when that is occurring, then there's going to be about a month delay there between the filing the petition to controvert and the answering. It's 23 days, but even then you have to file your motion after that 23 days is run. So you're looking at a month earliest before you can do anything if you're just now hiring an attorney. And insurance companies are notorious for starting out seeming to do the right thing and then just pulling the plug one day.
So shouldn't I just wait until the doctor releases me?
Again, absolutely not. Because if the doctor releases you by that point, the insurance agent is trying to dangle out a little bit of fruit for you and make you think you're getting a good deal. But do you know what a good deal is in workers' compensation? Do you know what a fair deal is in workers' compensation as far as a settlement for an injury? A workers' compensation attorney will know that. And like I said, if you're not getting the treatment that you need, or if you do not know whether you have made your choice of physician, or even if you're entitled to one, you might have the right to go and see a whole nother doctor at some point. You may not. That's not in every case, but you may in some cases. So waiting until a doctor releases you, again, that you run the risk of minimizing the value of your case. You run the risk of not getting the treatment you deserve, and you run the risk of not even getting your choice of physicians that you deserve because the time may have elapsed for that choice to be made.
So, Joey, let me ask you this. Will my employer fire me for hiring an attorney?
That's a great question that's asked all the time in workers' compensation. And all I can tell people is Mississippi is a right-to-work state. They can fire you for anything that does not violate the U.S. Constitution. You can walk in with your shoes untied and they can terminate you. Now, as far as a workers' compensation case, there's no way of predicting whether or not an employer will terminate you. And because of that, I always advise clients to go ahead and retain an attorney, because you will have someone fighting for you day one. They could release you back to work, you could settle your claim, and they could terminate you the day after you sign all the paperwork. So why not go ahead and maximize your value on the head end? Furthermore, I assure you the employers had attorneys working for them since probably before your injury occurred in the first place. Why wouldn't you want legal counsel?
Yeah, that makes sense. But, I'm scared to talk to an attorney, but I have questions. What do I do?
Give us a call at the Franks Law Firm, 601-773-7777. You'll talk with my paralegal, Elise, at first, who will get some basic information, and I will contact you back and discuss your claim with you and let you know what I think and what your options are, at which time, if you decide that you would like representation, we can either have you come in and we can get the contract in place, or if you are in a corner of Mississippi instead of the Jackson metro area, then we can mail you a new client packet. But at the very least, we can sit down and talk with you and answer some of your questions, and we don't charge anything to do that.
So let's say I move forward with you. How much is it? How much is it going to cost to work with you?
We don't get paid anything on the head end. We understand that injured workers are living at best on 2/3 of what their average weekly wage was. We work on what's called a contingency fee, which means we get paid on the back end. And that's when we get a resolution or any kind of recovery for you. And we get 25% of anything we recover for you generally. The exception to that is when it goes up to a level beyond the Mississippi Workers' Compensation Commission to the Court of Appeals or Mississippi Supreme Court. Those are really unusual circumstances, but our fees can go up to 1/3 at that time. And of course, we recover any kind of costs that we have in the case and prosecuting it for you. But you do not pay us anything on the head end.
Okay, what happens if I lose? How much do I have to pay?
Well, I still get 25% of whatever you got. So if you got a big goose egg, I got 25% of zero too. So you end up paying me nothing. I eat the cost and I get zero.
Thanks for listening to Ask a Lawyer with attorney Joey Franks at the Franks Law Firm in Ridgeland, Mississippi. Call attorney Franks at 601-773-7777. His website is thefrankslawfirm.com.